Hello Cancer, welcome to this reading. We are going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Cancer for the end of September. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and see what's coming forward for you here as we take a look at the final portion of the month of September. Now, the timeline on this reading will be from September 22nd all the way until October 6th. The reason I chose October 6th is that is the full moon in Aries. So let's go ahead and let's get all of the cards out here. Let's get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. Cancer, wow. I really like the initial set of cards here for you. Should note that the readings for this series have been very deep, and I think partially that is because these videos are releasing right on or at around the time of the last eclipse of the year. So it's a heavy time energetically in terms of the astrology. So the readings have been deep, but your reading here looks really, really solid just on first impression. So anyway, energy on the bottom. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you here looking at your habits and routines and kind of like how they support you in your income, how they support you in your kind of personal growth is what I'm feeling here. Queen of Pentacles person is somebody who is quite successful. You actually see the blanket, I believe, or the cape, hard to see exactly what this is illustrating here, has like fruit on it, right? And you see the bushes in the background contain fruit. This can represent the ability to sustain oneself, right? Having built something, the bushes that sustain this Queen of Pentacles person, right? And so, you know, this is a person who is very much about their investments, very much about their money, very much about practicality. This is a person that can show up in your life, that can give you practical advice, that can give you trustworthy advice, kind of is what it is type of scenarios. Those sorts of things these sorts of things are qualities of a Queen of Pentacles person, right? So you may be taking that on for yourself, but you may also be looking at your habits and routines and how they support building something, building growth for yourself in your life. These sorts of things might be on the table for you. You could also be involved with an earth sign as well at this time, Cancer. That could also be the case. There is a definite and very real love story here on the cards. There's also a career and business story here on the cards. So this is a mixed bag. I'll try my best to navigate those two timelines. By the way, as I always like to say, Cancer, this concept is a difficult concept for some people to like understand, but everybody's capable of understanding this, and it's this idea that two things can be true at the same time, okay? And for you, you may be dealing with multiple truths that are happening at the same time and needing to accept those things. And this reading might be one of those cases where you are dealing with X, Y, and Z story and also this other X, Y, and Z story at the same time. Okay, so you may be dealing with business stuff and also love stuff at the same time. So keep that in mind, all right? Now, right away in the middle, you have the Two of Cups, and this is a soul union, right? This is a soul bond, a soulmate. These are two people who, at the very least, were destined to link up and meet each other in this lifetime. Usually these two people are involved romantically. However, it can signify partnerships in one's life. This, like other partnerships as well, business partnerships, family partnerships, whatever the case may be, right? Non-romantic partnerships as well. But for me, this is my favorite love card because it's, two souls coming together that have a very deep connection to one another. That is the Two of Cups. And this is really looking pretty beautiful for you here, Cancer, I must say, especially as the Ace of Cups is above it, So for the singles out there, there could be a real opportunity. Actually, this middle column, wow, for the singles out there, there's a real opportunity to go deep into something with someone. And for those of you in a partnership already, I would say that there could be some important developments that are happening here. I don't see commitment, okay, other than the Two of Cups. What I mean by that is like, okay, you're already committed. So is there a new level of commitment? I don't necessarily see that new level of commitment right now. I see things looking good as they are, okay? I see things looking good as they are. Which is also not a bad thing. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So if I'm looking for commitment, I'm looking for Seven of Pentacles. I'm looking for, the Lover's card, as well as some other things like maybe the Judgment card, these sorts of things as well. But why don't we go ahead and let's take a look at the first column here. You have the Page of Swords, the Hermit, and the Nine of Cups. So in this first column, some of you may have recently dealt with the challenge of delay in your life, or there may have been some minor setbacks. This isn't anything major, but the Page of Swords, it may represent an offer that is available to you, as pages represent offers, but it takes a little bit of time for that thing to come about, right? It's a card that may indicate delays. For me, it's a Mercury retrograde card. You know how like during retrogrades, let's say your flight's delayed, right? It doesn't mean that the whole trip's ruined, but it's just there's a delay. That's kind of the idea of the Page of Swords. It doesn't mean it's a time to throw everything out the window. It just means that there may be a little bit of setback. Some of you may have dealt with the challenge of setback recently. It's possible. Now, Page of Swords is also a very highly intelligent person, as well as a quality of a person or yourself. High intellect, high IQ, these sorts of things show up with the Page of Swords. Now, you may also be somebody who's really very much invested in learning, as well as the Hermit is below the Page of Swords, right? Maybe like a bookworm energy might be here, right? Somebody who really loves to read, who really loves to study, who really loves to get more knowledgeable each and every day, as the Hermit is present there as well. The Hermit is somebody who's sort of like associated with wisdom. This is somebody who's associated with like mastery, or becoming a master, like on that journey to becoming a master if they're not already. But the gray beard on the Hermit is indicative of somebody who is wise, somebody who has experienced things in their life and can use those experiences that they've gained to help them. The Hermit may also suggest that you kind of want to go in hiding a little bit. You want to like kind of be on your own a little bit. These sorts of things. I actually think you're out of that now, okay? Some of you are prepping for a beautiful connection that wants to arrive in your life. Or if you're already in a relationship, like you're enjoying that for what it is right now. You're enjoying it for what it is, and you're kind of taking it all in. Who knows where the future lies? That question I'm trying to answer as the reader here. But you're enjoying it for what it is right now, And I think that you're kind of out of this sort of cocoon, or this like this cocoon of loneliness or emptiness, or kind of like isolation is maybe one way of looking at that with the Hermit and the Page of Swords. Now, you do have this Nine of Cups, which is, wish fulfillment in the tarot. It's a very, very positive card, indicating good things arriving and coming into your life. I love this illustration of the Nine of Cups because this person is satisfied by what they have done, right? They're feeling proud of themselves. You can very clearly tell that they are feeling proud of themselves for what they've accomplished in their life and what has just arrived for them. Now, on a different level, the Nine of Cups may just say that you are in a period of high vibes, good emotions, and like it can be described as like a moment of pure bliss. Like that is the idea of the Nine of Cups. In the middle, you have the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Page of Wands. So this is really, really nice. This is really, really nice. The Ace of Cups into the Two of Cups, those are, those cards come one after the other, right? So for me, when I see this, it's like the progression of an event, especially if we would have the three in there as well. That would be a perfect combination, but the Ace of Cups into the Two of Cups could be the progressing of a relationship as well. That maybe you are meeting somebody and it moves along and you're realizing, wow, I feel at home with this person, or I feel good with this person. I feel a deep connection or a strong connection to this person here with the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. You might really meet this person in this period of time or in the period of time that follows. And again, it's especially with the Page of Wands influence, that is excitement in relationships, right? That is fun and play and pleasure, those types of things in relationships, right? So like the guidance here is to enjoy what you're experiencing currently. To enjoy what you're experiencing currently. And, is this something that will go forever, go the distance? Maybe, it might be. But right now, that's the guidance is to enjoy what is here, what is right in front of you. And you can worry about the other stuff later, that type of, that's the vibe that I get. So for the relationship people here, that's what I'm feeling. Now, let me try to get some messages here for business and career, because there are definitely messages in that area as well. You have an opportunity to partner with something. You have an opportunity to partner up with someone on some new venture. The Page of Wands is very much a career card, in that it's the card I love to see for job seekers, for employment seekers. Even if you're already employed, but it's not for you. Like, there's something more that you want to be experiencing in your career. Page of Wands coming in may indicate that there's a new door opening for you. There's an offer, an opportunity as well to, do something that's more in alignment with you. When you think about the Two of Cups, soul alignment, soul merging, right? Merging, right? That idea of the Two of Cups. Well, you can apply that outside of relationships and also apply it to your work. Are you merging with what you're doing? Do you really, really love what you're doing? These types of things can show up here when you get this type of combination. So I like this. And, you may also be looking at your habits. You may have spent some time on your own, and, you may have realized that there are some routines that need to change in order to kind of like get myself to where and what I want to do, and where I want to be and what I want to do. In the final column, you do have the Temperance card, the World, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so Temperance card is Sagittarius energy. Virgo, Sagittarius, and Virgo and Sagittarius are strong energies here. So you may be involved with someone of that sign, whether they are Sun, Moon, Rising. But I try not to limit yourself. It could be, it really could be anyone. But yeah, that is something I wanted to say. The Temperance card on a different level, the Temperance card is, after you've gone through some change in your life, some transformation, the Temperance card comes in as it's after the Death card. And it says that you have this maybe comeback energy. One way of looking at it is it could be like a comeback energy. You've embraced the transformation, you've gone through it, and you've come out on the other side, and now you're taking everything that you've experienced through going through that, and you're making something, right? The Temperance card is an energy of alchemy, right? This angel on the Temperance card is performing alchemy in the cauldron here, right? Between the two cups. And so it can talk about you alchemizing something after you have sort of experienced a lot, right? It is a healing card as well, especially if you've gone through a painful transformation. So you may be in that space. The World says you're getting ready to close something out, something significant here. It's a very positive thing. When you get the World, it's success around a closure. It's success around closure, satisfaction around closure. These types of things show up with the World. And then the Queen of Swords, we could throw air sign in the mix as well as a potential person that's coming in. But the Queen of Swords, this is somebody who is very much an action taker. Yeah, you do have the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords, both court cards in the air, or the sword suit, so that would be air. But anyway, this is someone who's very decisive. Okay, someone who is very much an action taker, and when I see this card come in, it may also mean that you're having direct conversations, okay, as well. Why don't we go ahead and let's clarify this even more. Let's move into the clarifications portion of this reading. We'll go ahead and pull some oracle cards, and then we'll also pull some tarot cards. Okay. All right. Oh, nope. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Energy on the bottom, yeah, you have prosperity begins. There's another ace. This Psychic Tarot Oracle is based on a traditional tarot deck. So that's another ace here that's coming in. This would be the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Cups as well. Let's see what else we have here. The Waiting Game, Recognition and Reward, as well as Trapped in Fear. I do like what's happening in the career area, okay? I would be careful of imposter syndrome. I want you to know that based on this reading, you are absolutely worthy of everything that's coming in, okay? And maybe there's a little bit of reframing that wants to happen because you have this Three of Pentacles recognition and reward, but this Eight of Swords trapped in fear, you may be like ruminating, right? There may be a little bit of rumination and sprinkle in the waiting game too. There's something that you very much, you know, deserve to have here. You have the sacral chakra, firm foundation, and destiny. Love that for you. Okay, so that is the Wheel of Fortune. Could be a window of opportunity opening for you. The Wheel of Fortune, the Destiny card says there's a window that's open now. It may not be open forever, and it's generally pretty destined. Meaning, you know, it was, you know, gift wrapped from the universe, made for you, and it may not always be there. So you want to take advantage of that. Sacral chakra is, you know, that's one of the energy wheels, right? The chakras are, you know, we have 7 main energy wheels. And this one is right below the belly button, right below the navel. And this one can speak to your sexuality. This one can speak to boundary setting as well, right? So a good way to strengthen the sacral chakra is to say no, okay? To set boundaries where you need to set boundaries, right? And to not let everything in that you, especially if it's something that you don't want to let in, right? So that's something to consider. Why don't we go ahead and let's take a look at clarifying the tarot cards, okay? So Cancer, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. And I do hope things are going well for you. All right. All right, go ahead and split the deck here, and then we'll get into clarifying the tarot cards. Okay. You have another ace. You have Ace of Wands, amazing. You have Strength card, Leo. And you have Cancer, 5 of Wands. Okay, so I'm looking at that 5 of Wands, and I was thinking, is there a conflict? No, I don't think there's a conflict here. I think the 5 of Wands is showing up as a message to fight for something. Okay, 9 of Cups, this idea of wish fulfillment, right? Something that something that wants to beautifully arrive in your life. But I think with this 5 of Wands, what this means for you is fighting for that to actually come in, you know? And yeah, I mean, at times, we have to kind of stick our neck out there and try, you know, really will it into existence. And you kind of have that energy here with this 5 of Wands and the Strength card as well. As the Strength card, it represents willpower, it represents literal strength, fortitude, courage, confidence, these types of things is Leo energy, okay? With the Hermit, I think you have an understanding, you've kind of retreated and you've spent some time on your own. You kind of have an understanding of where you need to be, you know? Where you need to be. And what you need to be doing to bring in this 9 of Cups wish. With the Page of Wands, there's very clearly something new on the horizon for you. It feels like maybe there's been a setback in terms of like when this is happening. You know, it may feel like there has been a setback in terms of when this was happening. But it's here. It's very clearly here for you. And I love this for the business owners, okay? I love this for the career people, as I think probably following the period after this, some start will initiate for you, okay? As you have the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups, I think that you have a plan in place, or you have sort of fit the pieces of the puzzle together to be ready for that to come in. You have the King of Pentacles. Wow, you have the Two of Cups clarifying the Two of Cups. I like that. And you have the Empress. So, warning, I guess I'll just say warning. This is a nice warning, which is like, there is a fertility signature here, okay? Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Empress, that is the clearest fertility signal in the tarot. So if you are trying, congrats. You know, it seems like there's a nice pathway for that to come in, you know, to bring some new life into the world. If you are not, warning, right? Just do what you got to do, right? That is certainly on the table, especially with that Page of Wands. That's like, you know, passion and excitement in relationships, you know? So this is something that I would like to say. For the, look, the people here for love, this looks so good. Like, I would say guidance is enjoy what you have right now. Enjoy the experience and everything that comes with this relationship that you're in. And if you're single, it could be absolutely beautiful for you. It really could. What I would also say is for the business people, also looking great. There's something around like a delay here, obviously, which is what I talked about. But on the other hand, the Empress is not just about fertility, it's about abundance, okay? And that is now attached to some offer or opportunity here, as the Empress is with the Page of Wands, right? So the idea is that this window of opportunity, remember, we have this Destiny card, okay? It feels like there's a perfect time opening up for you. This time is not now because we have that Page of Swords as well as the Temperance card, which is more of like a passive energy, right? The window is slowly opening for you, and when it is open, I think the guidance is jump through. Okay, go for it. Go for it. Get on the train of your destiny, and see where that might take you. But for now, right now, you're enjoying the train ride. You're enjoying the ride right now, and yeah, this looks incredible. King of Pentacles is the counterpart to the Queen of Pentacles. So once again, for the people here in relationships, this looks pretty solid. I would also say in business as well. Remember, these could be business partnerships. Okay, you have the Three of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Pentacles now. So many aces in this reading. And then you have the Sun. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. So, Sun, best card in the tarot. I would say any sort of like direct communication is pretty favorable for you right now. As you have the Sun and the Queen of Swords, that's pretty strong. Any sort of truth that needs to come to light is also very, very strongly aspected and manifested for you. Okay, any truth that needs to come out, because the Sun is the energy that will bring the anything that you are in the dark around, the Moon, which comes before the Sun. In the tarot, the Sun brings that forward. It brings it into the light. So if there's something that needs to be exposed or some truth that needs to happen, especially as you have the Queen of Swords, who is a truth teller, okay, the Queen of Swords will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. This looks very good. Okay, so if something needs to be understood or brought forward, that's happening. Another ace, some of you could plant an absolutely beautiful seed of abundance for your life, for you in your life here, for sure. With the World, the Ace of Pentacles, you actually have it twice as you had it on the bottom here. We have the Ace of Cups, we have the Ace of Wands. Amazing. And then the Three of Pentacles, it does refer to your colleagues potentially, or even progress being made in work. Are you serious, Cancer? That is all four aces. All four aces. Ace of Swords, I was like thinking, what is the one we are missing? Here it is. Ace of Swords, breakthrough, success. My guidance for you is enjoy what is in front of you right now because it looks very, very well aspected for you. Let's take a look at what is in the Kipper cards here and see what messages are there for you. Okay. Change. Privileged lady. Main female. Coffin. Mature woman. And expectation. You got like three sisters or three friends that are showing up here, main female, privileged lady, mature woman, or just something that's coming in threes here with the Three of Pentacles that is very strong for you. Other people playing an important role. Change and Coffin are similar cards for me. Change, endings going on here. This is, I think, the end of isolation for you. And I would say with that expectation card, I never think it's a bad idea to expect the best outcome. I mean, maybe you're setting yourself up for disappointment, but generally it's better to expect the best than to expect the worst. Cancer. This is what I have for you. Best reading of the series so far, and I'm almost all the way done. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.